from reggae music. And jungle music when I'm in a raving mood, you know what I mean? It's a nice thing to, you know, start bring out that jungle side. Because, you know what I mean, from the jungle side and the bush in Jamaica, countryside, and the bush side, you know what I mean? So, the jungle music, yeah man, big up to Run Things Records and all of the jungle label in the UK.
Oh, Run Things International.
Yeah, these guys been, you know, pushing that side of it.
But you've done a lot of work with, you've done some work with General Levy as well, haven't you?
Oh yeah man, General Levy.
He's a
General
big
Levy.
junglist.
That's a real junglist. I mean, General Levy is the king of jungle music, you know.
Yeah.
General Levy is the king of jungle music. 365 days of the year, this guy is busy. I don't know where you get this kind of energy from. Hopefully one day I'll get some of that kind of energy. Anyway, General Levy is big him up. Yeah man, he featured on the song Welcome.
Yeah, and he's been going for, well, quite some years now. I mean, I saw him at the Brixton Academy in the 1980s when he was supporting Shaka Demus and Pliers.
Yeah, he's been in the ground for a long time, so you know what I mean. But I love General Levy, man. I love General Levy. He's for like such a global superstar. He's like one of the nicest person that you ever meet. Whenever I see him, he always show me nothing but love, and for him to feature in a song with me as well, it just make it even better.
And like you as well, a lot of his social media posts are really socially conscious.
Oh yeah, man, he's a very conscious person. I think he understands life and he understands struggle and everything. So he's like always really grateful. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know what I'm actually telling me how great this guy is as a person is. I was at Boomtown with him last year.
Right.
So I went on stage with him for his performance and things like, and I took my camera out and filming him. And this is what kind of let me show how humble this guy is. I took my camera out and I filmed him, and when he came off stage and I went backstage with him, the first thing he said to me is like, Future, let me see those videos, man. Let me see those videos. How did I do? He's like, and he said to me, like, every performance that I do is my first performance. You know what I mean? And then I realized that this guy is really not taking what he's doing for granted. And I think like, it's the kind of thing, like I feel like that's the kind of thing that I always try to emulate as well, to actually see like a global superstar is saying that. It's a beautiful thing, you know what I mean?
So it's kind of remaining grounded, but at the same time kind of almost deeply philosophical.
Yeah man, yeah man. It's a beautiful thing.
I never saw him that way.
Wicked. Yeah. Wicked.
Which is it was the big go-to thing for him.
Yeah man, for true.
So,
you know?
Obviously, all the members of the band are really important.
Yes.
Because everybody has a part to play. But who's the most important?
Who's the most important person in the band? Ah, damn. That's like massive, isn't it? I mean, like, to be honest with you, I think
it's the
like
lead vocalist, isn't it?
Well, not really, because like I'm not really anything without these guys, without the actual band. The Fuchaman and the Fireblaze band doesn't exist.
So where did
because
the Fireblaze come from as well? I meant to ask you that before.
So the Fireblaze come from like this last song that I performed called Fireblaze. It's a song that like burn injustice, burn manipulation, burn segregation. It's all about oneness and love and representing poor people and people that's going through a struggle. So when I named the band off that song, because I had that song before the band was put together. You know what I mean? And like the band, like from over the years, it is transcend into like, you know, something which we got now, which is quite big. But like from day one, like when we first got together, the like core member from day one was like Steve here and Shane, you know what I mean? And then like everybody else come in, like everybody been in the band for quite a few years now. I think our two newest member is Simo and Anna, and Magda been for a few years now. And then we got Alex, we got Nick, Luke, and who else am I missing? There's so much of us. And we got Itor. We got Itor is away now, but Zach is filling that gap for Itor now as well.
And he did amazingly.
Oh, Zach is a brilliant drummer. He's absolutely incredible. He's mad. He's crazy.
And we are actually hoping to hear some more from him as well.
Yeah, no, Zach is wicked. And we got Nick as well. Did I mention Nick?
You did mention Nick.
And you know what though? Like seriously. We got lots of die-hearted fans who follow us and show us love everywhere all the time. But Gina and Kim from Cornwall. I'm like, seriously? Gina and Kim from Cornwall, like literally, I love them. They're amazing.
They're only fans, they're stalkers, bro.
Well, I love it. I love it. Whatever it is, I love it. Like, Gene and Kim traveled to like Bristol to see us like 3 times. And I thought like, I just realized that how much I love these 2 ladies because like sometimes I'm thinking Cornwall is so far. If somebody tell me Bob Marley come alive and he's all the way down there, I probably wouldn't travel for it and they come to see us. So I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to think that people like believe in us that much that they're willing to like travel like nearly 200 miles to come and see us. So every time I see Gina and Kim, they're like member of the band now.
You have such a good following here, don't you? You always
Cornwall,
a really good reception.
Yeah, Cornwall. I love Cornwall people. Like everywhere we play in Cornwall, like everybody come out. It's amazing. And when we're on stage as well and seeing like so much people like singing our songs is make it all worth it and thinking, yeah, this is not fake, this is serious thing. Like so.
Do you ever get it though, where you're doing it and it's just blank faces looking at you?
Not really.
I mean,
it's not possible because the thing is, I am crazy as I can't swear, innit? It's a radio.
Yeah.
I can't swear, but because I'm crazy, people like, when people see crazy people on stage, because you know what I mean, like I just love music. I'm like a music madman. So when you give me the mic and you're playing a beat, I don't care what people think. Obviously, I want people to enjoy it, but like people always gravitated to that because I'm like a madman and I'm moving crazy and they want to like move too. You know, like people like their subconsciousness start moving without even planning to move, even if you was planning to like, and if you stand up as well and not moving, if I saw you, I will pick you out as well in the crowd and say, "Oi, come on, man."
I've seen you do it. And
you see those guys tonight before I do the lelele?
Yeah.
I know there's a good chance they might start dancing when I start it as well, but I wasn't about to wait for them. I wanted to tell them, I can see you that you're leaning on the wall, lean up off the wall. You know?
You actually give off so much energy, it is infectious. And that's the showman in you.
Yeah, man.
Coming out.
Well, you know, I think it's
Steve just stands and just clink, clink on his guitar.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's an important part of the overall sound.
Well, the thing is, like I said, every single thing.
They don't just do that, Steve.
You know, but the thing is, though, like, it's like every single instrument that bring it together. So whatever it is that each musician is doing, it's the whole part of it. You know what I mean? So you know they say the chain is only as strong until the weakest link bursts. So if Steve weren't playing his guitar, we wouldn't get the sound that we're getting. And I mean, like, Alex is crazy, innit? I want to swear when I say he's effing crazy. I mean, he's played them solo and thing there. I wish to God that one day I could play a guitar with off or something like that. It's just mad. But everybody, like, literally just play this massive part. And Luke as well. Me and Luke, this whole thing going on about if I can't hear my orchestra in the mixing. Just some guy, you know.
It was loud enough tonight, though, wasn't it?
The orchestra was alright tonight. It was definitely alright tonight. You know what I mean? But everybody is really important. But you know, like when I'm singing on stage, the 2 main instruments that I listen to, as crazy as it is the drum and the bass. If I can't hear the drum and the bass, or if the drum and the bass is not where it's supposed to be, that's the only thing that can throw me, because that is the bit that like kind of speak to my heart, is the drum and the bass. And then the rest of the stuff just make the music sound pretty.
The drums and the bass, I mean, that's the rhythm section, right?
Yes.
And that is the base layer, isn't it? That everything else then just adds into it, and you get that little bit more and that little bit more, and a bit of keys and and then you get some flash guitar playing. So I love the rock guitar bits coming in tonight. Yeah. That was quite interesting, actually.
So basically the way I see it is like the drum is the excavation, the bass is the foundation, and then the rest of the instrument or the house or the building. It's everything is built on that, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of pressure on Shane and Zach or Shane and Itor to make sure they drive the car properly.
Something else I've noticed as well, seeing all the bands that I go and see.
Yeah.
You have, I was going to say, you'll have your very own i3s.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, seriously, the girls are incredible.
You know?
Yeah, so big up Simo.
Yes.
Big up to Magda. And big up to Anna. And big up to the choir as well, the crowd, because
Oh,
when
yeah.
the crowd is singing with them as well, it sounds beautiful, innit? It's a really nice vibes to listen to the crowd singing.
I thought the whole vibe tonight was absolutely amazing.
Thank
There's
you.
no other way you can describe it.
Thank you.
The energy coming from everybody and from the girls as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can see there's a lot of eye contact going on
Yeah.
between the band, but also between band members and members of the audience as well.
Yeah, it is because
Steve does it a lot.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? He does. He picks it, he looks at them.
Look in the crowd.
What do you mean?
He didn't know that he must be. He didn't know that he must be much.
Yeah,
But yeah,
for me, reggae music is important. Yeah, it's about connecting with people. If you are out there performing, you're sending a message, and the message is gonna be a positive message, and the message that brings people on to embrace the music. That's the message you want to send out, and you can't do it by not connecting with the people.
I've heard reggae music described in so many ways as, well, international. And another one I heard that was really good is reggae music now is so accessible.
yeah,
And it's easy to get into. There is more of it now travelling around. With artists like yourselves, your whole
Yeah.
band,
Yeah.
travelling down to Cornwall
Yeah.
on a fairly regular basis. I mean, you're here
Yeah, man.
2-3 times a year.
yeah. So basically,
can't keep you away.
No, we play like all corners of Cornwall because Cornwall is like almost like we live in Bristol, but I feel like Cornwall is like more home when it comes to us performing. We play all over Cornwall, and the people in Cornwall show us so much love that wherever we play, they always come. So we always look forward to go to Cornwall. It's like nearly 200 miles away, but because we know that when we get there, the vibes are gonna be so good. You don't even worry about the journey. We just look forward to get there.
Well, Cornwall, of course, has an extremely strong historical link with
Yeah.
Jamaica.
Yeah.
You obviously have the county of Cornwall.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
of course you have Falmouth being the parish capital of Trelawney, if I'm
True.
right.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
So there is that real strong link as well between it, particularly in Falmouth.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It is, and I mean, like Cornwall is like countryside, and I'm a country boy. I mean, I'm a proper bush boy.
Yeah,
from
but
the
you
hills of
come here and we
Jamaica.
make you an honorary pirate.
Yeah.
You know,
Is
you
there
can-
such a thing as an honorary pirate?
Is
there such a thing?
The easy way to test that
Yeah.
is you can answer a question. It's a simple yes or no answer. Do you drink rum?
Boy, for me, rum is more. When I drink rum, it's more like putting with some ginger and onion.
But
lemon,
you
and
drink rum.
So yes,
So you're a pirate. Right, there you
a
go.
medicinal purposes.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm a very spiritual person as well, So it's like it's add spirit to it as well. So I think it's natural thing, what I mean?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the Fuchaman tonight,
Yeah.
great gig as
Thank you.
usual. Before we talk to some other members of the band,
Yeah.
very quickly, when are you coming back?
Well, currently, I don't know because the year just started now. I know Shane had a conversation with Wilf at the Rhetoric Mill, so hopefully Wilf is listening to the radio and he will contact us and finalize that booking so we be back down here. So
Yeah, they've had
you
some
know,
good reggae.
that's like
acts up
Newquay,
there,
innit?
isn't
That's
it?
Newquay.
Yeah,
that's the other
that's
side.
Newquay,
That's
yeah,
the other
yeah.
side, yeah. So we are now we're in Falmouth right now.
Yeah.
At the Cornish Bank. Yeah, man. Big up the Cornish Bank as well because it's our second trip down there. We was here February last year as well. The Cornish Bank is like an amazing place. The people are great. What I love about coming to Cornwall, like whenever we go to Cornwall, like people genuinely come out to have a good time.
Yeah,
Like genuinely come out to have a good time. So that's all that ever happens.
that's the Cornish for you.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
But
I mean,
you
like
can
they sell the
afford to
Cornish
turn up.
pasty a bit too expensive though. Because
Yeah.
Nick went there and they sold him a Cornish pasty for like £7 something. You could get a car for that,
He went to the wrong place.
pasties is more expensive down in Cornwall than Bristol, and apparently it made down here. And it should be more expensive in Bristol because of the transport in there.
But if you go to the Rhetoric, I mean, that's only 2.5 hours. Bristol, well, it is when I'm driving.
3.5.
Sure enough.
You haven't driven with me 2.5 hours.
I want to get there safe, man. I rather to get there late. I need to travel on an aeroplane to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, actually, you could. You could fly Bristol to Newquay.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, these promoters need to pull their socks up then, man. Why they got man driving so far down
It's
there if we can fly?
It's about a 30 to 40 minute flight.
Bro, really?
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough. That's not too bad still.
But it is a very small airplane from
Yeah.
teeny weeny airways.
I'm not very keen on them small one though, man. I feel like the
Nah,
breeze
they
can
don't
blow
mind
them
it.
away.
Nah,
I prefer
nah,
the big ones, man.
me too.
I'm not very keen on them little air taxi stuff.
Perfectly so. Let's have a little chat with Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Steve, so, guitarist,
Yeah,
rhythm guitar.
that's right.
How long you been playing?
I've been playing since about 16 years old.
So you've been playing a while.
Yes. Yeah.
But you played in lots of. Did you start with reggae or did you start with another style?
Yeah, I started with reggae. I come from a different country from Future because I come from the Seychelles.
Okay.
And but the culture is exactly the same. I found out as we talk, because me and him have been friends long time, and that's my brother really, and so yeah, play reggae. I had to do 2 years of national service, and that's where I kind of learned to play the guitar. I had a guy,
No war to go to, so you thought you just sit and play your guitar.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. Well, we just play the little guitars and chill out, basically. Yeah.
Well,
I thought they said the army was tough.
Yeah.
That is national service. National service. Playing guitar.
It was the fastest thing in my country at the time. We all had to do it. And to be honest, I learned a lot of positive things in that place. I learned to, respect and all these kind of things, the nice things about really what the world should be at the moment, but where it's not been,
Yeah.
I'm saying to you.
Right.
And that's why I enjoy Future's lyrics, because if you actually listen to it, I call him the lyrical master, because some of the lyrics are deep, and it reflects where the world is coming to. Not everything about the world at the moment is correct, in my opinion.
agreed. And I think actually the fact that you guys come down here and literally light up people's lives for a few hours. You bring so much joy with your music.
Mm.
It is a real pleasure to watch. I've seen so many bands over the years that aren't. How can I say it? Because I have to edit this carefully. I've seen many bands over the years who they play the music and you hear the music and it's the music that you've heard the records, but the performance, it's not exciting. Whereas everything you do is so dynamic. And you say that connection as well. You really get in there and connect with the audience. I thought you were going to dive into them at one point. And it's quite funny. Steve's eyes, look, it really does. You really do connect with people, Steve. You
Thank
look
you,
at them,
thank you.
and-
I'm pleased
and
with that.
Really, and you speak with your eyes.
Yeah,
as well.
Thank you. Because I believe in 100% in the lyrics of Future. Goes out there and sings about, because a lot of it, if you listen carefully, are the lyrics of what a lot of people out there want to get out, but they don't have the vehicle to carry the message.
Yeah.
And through music, those messages are being carried, and I'm an avid supporter of those
Yeah.
messages. So therefore, I enjoy when I'm getting out there, sending those messages out,
Yeah.
and supporting him, sending those messages out, and in the small way that I can, with the bass of that rhythm guitar, that reggae needs to support
Yeah.
that carrying of the message.
Uh,
So that's what.
It just occurred to me actually that an old school artist that I think I would probably compare your style and your lyrics to would be Maccabee, with the really socially conscious lyrics.
Yeah.
It's an interesting comparison.
Yeah. Maccabee is a legend. So big up Maccabee. It's a legend. Those are the kind of people that I grew up listening to anyway. That kind of inspired me, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, big up Maccabee. It's a good it's a privilege to be be put in or to be in comparison of.
Oh, talent wise,
Yeah.
the whole band is absolutely, and the band actually is really, really tight.
Yeah.
So,
thanks.
let me see. Who's really setting the foundation? Got to be the bass, doesn't it?
All right. See you.
Yeah.
Mr. Shane Quinn.
Shane, let's talk to you.
Yeah.
So, again, did you start with reggae music for bass playing?
Yeah, well, I was brought up in a house that pretty much exclusively listened to reggae, and so my dad had a load of records, and so when I was learning to play, it was along to records like by people like Scientist, dub records, you know,
Okay.
Rankin Dread, things like that. So that was the playing, and I figured I learned by listening to the records and playing along with them, and normally by the end of whatever song it was, I was able to play it. I see, my dad bought me a bass guitar when I was probably 7 or something, but I didn't really start properly playing it until I was maybe 14, you know, something like that. And so it was always in me to be a reggae bass player. You get me?
Yeah.
And so that was where it started for me. I mean, I like all kinds of music, you know. And then years later, I mean, I've been in bands, I've been doing hip hop. See, me and Future was on the TV show together, doing different things.
Okay.
And the following day, we had an all team meeting at work, and who did I see in there? Future on his first day. And so we connected, and straight, you know, sometimes when you meet someone and you're friends immediately,
Yeah.
sometimes you meet people and you have to work it out, and sometimes you just click and you don't know, you can't explain, you just click. And then, and then he was talking about making a band, and I said, well, you know, I can play bass, and I know a drummer, and then we said, well, we can start from here. And then not long later, we had a barbecue at my house, and Future was there, and my sister was there. She said, I'll sing backing vocals, because she's a singer. Her boyfriend's a keyboards player, so I'll do keyboards. And then from that, we said, all we need is a guitarist. Enter Steve. Seriously.
I'll explain how I got on. I went to, you know, those who knows me knows I work in education. So I went to work to this school. When I got there, I met a guy who I really respect. This guy, you know, he'd been in the army, nice guy.
His
but
name
he-
is Guy as well.
Guy.
It's a guy by the
Yeah,
name of Guy.
his name is Guy.
I always remember that.
I met this
It's a
guy,
it's a
really
guy
nice
called
guy. Yeah, really nice guy. His name is Guy. He used to be in the army, but he came to work in school because I used to work in secondary school at the time, and he was. Because I you know, I like to break, because basically I was a maths teacher, so I brought my guitar into school. On Fridays I used to, you know, if the kids work really well in the week at the lesson that I've explained, then on Fridays I used to load the board up with the questions and they just play classical guitar at the back just to get them working, just, you know, to raise the mood, yeah, and they had to work quietly in order for that to happen. But anyway, I met, and the guy said to me, because he saw me doing that, I said, I think you should join a band. So I said, yeah, I'd like to, because, you know, I left Seychelles and I've come here and I've been playing in my bedroom, that kind of thing. And then he said, this is the guy. He gives me Future's number. So I go outside to have a cigarette. I said, right, I'm going to phone Future. So I phoned him, we had a conversation, and he said to me, oh yeah, I've been having a chat and I've been thinking about that. I'm going to be thinking, I'll give you a call. 2 weeks later, truly, he gives me a call. And I go down this pub, which was his local place. And when I got there was Shane, there was Cher, and which is Shane's sister, and there was Luke, and
Ed.
and Ed, and Future, and we sat down, we talked, and we started from there.
Yeah, man.
And
Yeah, and the next thing we needed then was somewhere to rehearse. Literally, we're sat in the pub, and I said, they've got a function room. No one uses the function room in a pub in the week. And then we had a rehearsal room. And when I think now from that initial seed of me and Future in work to where we are now, and we've shared stages with some big names and we've played in front of thousands of people all across the UK, it's kind of mind-blowing. An idea can become a real thing.
And it seems to have
understand.
happened so quick and sort of snowballed, and
Yeah.
and that's the other thing I find interesting as well, is that you all seem just like a really good bunch of friends.
Oh yeah. We are friends. We get on really well. I mean, the thing is, like, our ethos is to spread love and positive vibrations. So it's important that we all have that within us as well, within the group. It's important. Because
It's
there's no point in going out and spreading love and things, and there's loads of negativity that's going on in the background. It
You
doesn't
do
work.
see that a
It
lot
doesn't work.
in bands.
I know,
and-
but we're not about that. That doesn't work because we only live once, and when you're in a band and doing what we're doing, you need to be enjoying what you're doing. If you're not enjoying what we're doing, then there's no point in being in the band. So it's very important that if you're gonna be in the Fire Blaze band, where it's about spreading love and positive vibration, you got to be prepared to be doing that. Otherwise, it's not the place for you.
I think that's true in a lot of walks of life, though, isn't it?
It
It's
is,
like your
yeah.
job. If you're not happy doing it, don't do it.
Yeah.
Find something you're happy doing. You
Yeah.
live longer.
Yeah, it is true. I mean, unfortunately, like as a species, many times we don't like changes, and because we don't like changes, we stay in a lot of things longer than we should have, because we're afraid of the unknown. So we will stay in there because we're not willing to like. I mean, we know that this is not working, so we shouldn't be staying with it. But because this is what we know what to expect, so we stay in there. And I think that goes for like both work and relationship and things and many other things in our life. We stay in there longer than we should but that's only because we're afraid of changes. Because in England, I think they say it's the devil you know.
The devil you know.
It's the devil you know. It's the devil you know, but I don't want to know the devil, to be honest. I don't want to know him. So if something is not working, it's not working. You know what I mean?
Can we have a quick chat with Alex?
Alex,
Oh.
yeah, Alex is you're gonna put him on the spot, but I think we should really bring him on the show because Alex is just
Alright,
an incredible guitar player.
Alex.
He's a video man currently, but we're gonna bring him in. We're gonna interview, bring him in.
Right, so Alex, so yeah, very good. Thank you for asking. So, how long have you been playing with Future? You need to hold the mic up here. I think.
2.5 years. Something like that. Yeah, 2.5 years.
You're quiet anyway. So you're very quiet, aren't you?
Yeah, man, I'm only little, isn't it?
That's the weird thing, isn't it? Because on stage, when you get rocking that guitar,
Okay, thank you.
you're right out there, and you perform. And this is what I was saying about the whole band. That it's a performance. It's entertainment. People come to be entertained when they come to see a band. And it's something that you guys have got so right in what you do. And I'm sure that all fans everywhere of yours will agree. It's that energy and that performance. And even though you're a guitarist, I say that being a drummer, that you put everything into it.
Yeah,
And
it's
at a high skill level.
Yeah, well, it's again, it's a privilege to come out with such a lovely group of people. Do you know what I mean? Well, a group of friends. Do you know what I mean? And get to back up Future's music. Do you know what I mean? And the conscious message that he's got to push. And just put everything into it, man. Come out and just like watch people dance, watch people enjoy it. And
So how long have you been playing with Future now?
3 years, 2.5 years, maybe something like
Because
that.
you
So not
played
too
with
long.
one or two other bands that have played locally, we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, so I've played with Lay Black for about the same amount of time, and Troy Ellis, who's Alton Ellis's son. I've done that for even longer.
Right.
But so I've been blessed to play with some absolutely amazing artists over the years, and yeah, it's been really good fun.
And again, did you, when you started playing guitar, did you think, oh, I saw a reggae guitarist, I want to play reggae guitar?
Well, I started on kind of everything, man. I loved jazz, blues, but I never really settled on. I just love music. Yeah, I just love sound. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the thing is, I've always loved something which is anti-establishment, conscious. Do you know what I mean? It's trying to folk music. Really, I mean, really, everything's about folk music, and even reggae is Jamaican folk music.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It comes from the people. Same as punk, same as roots in rock and roll, and obviously folk music.
So do you
and-
like folk music?
Well, I see it all as folk music. I see it as the people's music. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean? I see that as
I was
that,
leading into something
like
there.
Jamaican folk.
In that, have you come across a band called Edward II?
No, I haven't.
So Edward II combine reggae music and traditional British folk music.
Okay.
I'll cut this bit out when we do it, but just
Yeah. Inform me.
We're not cutting our bit out.
some years ago, I was at the Cropredy Festival,
Okay.
which is Fairport Conventions Festival. It's been going for over 40 years now. And I was at the bar getting a drink, and I all of a sudden, this is a folky festival, and I heard this heavy dub reggae bass line playing, and I all of a sudden am transported to heaven. And then you get the guitar, the rhythm guitar comes in, chink, chink, chink. And then a bloke walks out on the stage with a squeeze box, playing some sea shanty thing.
Okay.
And no word of a lie, it works. They play songs like Wild Scottish Time and stuff like that in a reggae song, and it is absolutely unbelievable.
Okay. But
So, it's cool. But anyway, thank you so much for
hey,
talking,
it's
talking
alright.
guitar.
No worries. Yeah, absolutely love it. I'll pass you on to Luke, like.
Thanks, Alex.
So, what's the secret of playing good keys? Is it having strong fingers?
I mean, maybe having strong fingers is a good thing. I suppose like a mixture of, for doing like the bubble and stuff, it's quite having a good sense of the reggae rhythm, I suppose, as being like a sort of undercurrent of, you kind of talked about layers before, I suppose, the kind of drums and the bass is the kind of foundation, and then the kind of bubbles and the keys kind of sits over the top in sort of rhythmic layers that kind of weaves it together.
That's a very philosophical way of describing it. I like that. So, how long have you been playing then?
Probably since I was like, I don't know, 12 or something like that.
Did you start on the piano, incidentally?
Yeah, I started on the piano. I did it like my main music qualification was in keyboard, which was quite funny, and sort of like had to play on like a Casio keyboard, and you had to do grades where you had to like change the setting in the middle of the track in the grade, which I thought, what's the purpose of this? Is what I thought at the time, and then actually is what I end up doing all the time when we're playing, is kind of like switching between settings a lot. So yeah, there was some use there.
Do you have any particular icons, if you like, within the reggae world, but specifically with regard to keyboards?
Yeah, well, I mean, like we were talking about this earlier on the way down, actually, that one of the things that I kind of really like in particular is like the Scatterlights, in terms of the sort of jazz influence and the improvised, the improvised feeling of it. It's kind of like Jamaican jazz, right? That it's got that sort of vibe to it, but then it's also got the chorus is where everyone's playing together, and then each person takes in turn to do the sort of improvised section. But then apart from that, would be Jackie Matu as well, as a sort of keyboard legend, and just the sort of melodies and the sort of rhythms and the sound of the organ is beautiful.
I've been listening to a lot.
Augustus Pablo, so I have to mention Augustus Pablo as well as a.
See, I've been listening to a lot of Manu Digital lately. I don't know if you've come across his.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he's a guy in Europe, like a producer.
France. So he's done a whole load of things all around the world. In fact, he's done a whole series of things in Jamaica. He did a series called the Kingston Sessions, and he's worked with Supercat down there, and he's worked with all of the top reggae artists. And in fact, he did one a little while ago, which I really like, with the outlaw Josie Wales, and it's just Josie Wales singing, and this guy just with a tiny little keyboard, and he just plays it. And they just make music, and he just goes around to all these different artists to just sit there with his keyboard in his lap. You should look him up on YouTube. Brilliant, Manu Digital. But he's also done a lot of stuff where he has been recreating some of the old classic sounds as well, like the slang tang rhythm, for example, but also from other sort of genres and sub-genres within the reggae world. So he's done some really interesting stuff. But interesting that you're going back to those older sort of 60s sounds. So you're a big Trojan fan then, really?
Yeah, of course. I think that was like when I worked in a record shop when I was younger, there was like a big box set of Trojan record box set. It was like a box set within a box set, and that was like, I got that. And that was like one of the first things. It was all on CD. It was like a sort of like 100 CDs worth of sort of Jamaican music through the eras, basically going through like ska, rocksteady, dub, and like roots music. It was kind of like a big collection of different stuff, and so that was probably my sort of main introduction to reggae music.
Brilliant, thank you. Should we finish with the boss?
Alright, yeah, yeah.
Well, where is she?
Alright. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's cool, man. I mean, I think some of the guys them is like they're talking about going to this bar down the road. So I think some of them are already gone. But yeah, man.
Yeah, it's been. It has gone. I'm sorry, I've taken up a lot of your time.
No, it's all right, man.
I'm going to edit this down into 2.5 minutes. No, it'll be a bit longer than that.
Yeah, no, man, it's been a pleasure, man. Nice to see you again, and thanks for having us on the show again. And big up to all of the Cornwall massive, man. Big up to all the Cornwall.
Yeah,
people.
such good vibes.
Yeah,
from the
man.
Cornwall crew.
Yeah, well, we
man,
just hope you
blessings.
can come back soon. Really.
Blessing, man. I hope so, man. I look forward to it.
I shall have a word with the bosses at Chaos Radio and say,
Yes.
can we do a Chaos Reggae Festival?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It wouldn't be as good as the Falmouth Reggae.
Yeah.
And we probably have to hold it in St Austell.
Don't be yourself, man. Don't be yourself, Dan. Big up the Chaos Reggae Radio, Cornwall, representing the Fuchaman and the Fire Blaze, man. The living colours. Yo, big up the Cornish Bank. Big up to all of Falmouth. Big up to Gina and Kim. Gina and Kim.
Boom.
There's like people having this whole rumors going. If you want to upset Kim, just call her Gina's mom. She hates it. Or Gina's friend. she don't like it.
I wouldn't
she don't
be
like
that
it.
presumptive, to be honest.
Yeah, so people, if you ever, people in Chaos Radio, if you're listening, if you see Kim, just ask her for her daughter Gina.
So we're finishing with the future causing trouble.
Yeah, big up my people, big up my people. Thank you so much, Cornwall. Big respect, brother. Thank you so much. Blessings. See you soon. Yeah, man. Blessed.